Shalom. I want to first start out giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings to the elect out there. Okay, I want to go into, I'm going to go into Proverbs, the first chapter, starting at the 20th verse, and I'm going to read through this chapter. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. It says, "Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets." And that's what you see before you. You've been seeing it even before the YouTube, the apostles and their elders, the men that taught them, they were out on the highways and the byways, in the streets, speaking the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ. The true names is Yahweh being the Father and Yahweh Shai being the Son of the Father. Okay? Wisdom is gonna be in these streets, not wisdom of Kemet, not the wisdom of Islam, not the wisdom of Christianity, this wacky tacky Christian garbage that you find in these so-called churches. That wisdom is not going to be in the streets. As you see, these groups are in buildings, they're in controlled settings. The truth is going to be out on the highways and byways. And the 100% truth is you're going to get that through by Great Millstone. And anybody that's following how Great Millstone teach, because that's where the Most High put his spirit starting on Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, okay? And if you teach the same doctrine, then you really under Great Millstone too, even if you don't use the name, because it's not about the name. It's not about the name Great Millstone, but the true doctrine is within Great Millstone. Okay? So this is Proverbs 1 and 21. "She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying." Okay? So the wisdom is going to come through the prophets. The wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to come from the prophets. If you read Amos 3 and 7, it tells you that Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And the prophets are to go out and teach that, So I'm going to read that again. It says, she cried in the chief place of concourse. And that's where you're going to find the truth, that in the chief place of concourse. So in the top place of large crowds where buying and selling is taking place, where you're the main place of traffic where all nations are at, the court sector is downtown. So Salakia, that would be your downtowns of your cities, for the most part, where that would be the downtown of the city, And I say for the most part because I don't know every city, but how it's set up. But pretty much all cities, the downtown would be the chief place of concourse. Okay? Downtown of whatever city you're in, Now, if you're in a different country outside of Babylon the Great, I don't know much about it. So if you pass by, like, for example, if you go into a particular city you're gonna see downtown from different parts of the city. And a lot of times when you come into that city, that'll be the first structure you see, and it's the most built up place out of all the city, you know. And like I was beginning to say, the court sector is down there. The headquarter buildings are down there, and it's also a marketplace, a place where you can buy and sell, you know, and all nations flow and flow to the downtowns, you know. So that definitely would be the chief place of concourse. It says in the opening of the gates, okay, in the opening of the gates, which means the entrance to a city, for lack of better words. It's basically talking about the entrance to a city, okay? And when you, like I said earlier, when you come into a particular city, you're gonna see the downtown, you know, and it's gonna be built up with these skyscraper buildings, which are headquarter buildings for banks, department stores. Like I said, the courts are down there. You know, the criminal court, the criminal courts is downtown. You know. Oh, the jails. You know, the jails. The city jails is downtown. You know. So let me read that again. It says she cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. Okay, that's where you see the prophets at, out on the highways and the byways, in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates, speaking this truth, uttering wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. Excuse me. Man, I'm under the weather, so Salakia. All right, reading on. It says, in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And that's what we go out there and do. We go out on the highways and the byways, and we tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites of the Bible, that the way you're living and the things that you're doing are simple. They're wicked. You know? How long will you love simplicity? All right, let's look up. I'm going to go into them words real quick. Simple and simplicity. Okay, so for that word simple, in Proverbs 1, what was that, 1 and 22. It's pathaya. Okay, pathaya. And it says simplicity, simple, foolish, open-minded. Okay, let's see what it got for simplicity. Okay, so the same thing. So that's our people, man. Very simple, man. Jake is the most simple people on the planet right now. And when they're supposed to be the wisest people on the planet, because the Most High gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to follow, to separate us, and to show great wisdom to the nations, according to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Okay, let me check that real quick. Right, Deuteronomy chapter 4, 5, and chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. I'm not gonna get the scripture, but we're supposed to be the wisest people on the planet, yet we're acting and operating as the most simple people that don't have any knowledge, that don't make decisions according to knowledge, that don't make decisions according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. Okay? And the scripture says, and the scorners delight in their scorning. And you got a lot of people that, majority of the people, they scorn and scoff at the word. When we go out on the highways and byways and teach, many scoffers come up, and they also come up on the internet against the videos that are put out on the internet, because everything that's done on the highways and the byways goes up on the internet. Okay? It's saying fools hate knowledge. The majority of Israel, they hate knowledge, man. Not the knowledge of these scriptures, They love the knowledge of wickedness. The scripture tell you, I believe Jeremiah 4 and 26. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 26. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children," meaning stupid children, or simple. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil. So their wisdom is in doing evil. Okay, they don't have wisdom. They hate knowledge of good, which is these scriptures, understanding these scriptures and applying it to their life. They're wise to do evil. Their wisdom and knowledge is according to wickedness, according to committing adultery, eating pork, not paying. Jake does not pay attention. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. The scriptures tell you to be circumspect, meaning to look all around and pay attention to your surroundings. All over the world, Pay attention to what's going on around you all over the world. They don't watch the news. They don't know they don't know about current events. But they're in a very simple state. But they know about football stats and which NBA player is going to get traded to what team. They can tell you about how to sell dope, which it don't take a rocket scientist to do that, because a lot of these guys that sell dope can barely read, if read at all. And they don't care to hear the words of correction. Okay, so let me read on. Proverbs 1 and 23, it says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." And the Most High does this by the way of his prophets. And I got a few scriptures on that, or a couple of scriptures on that. This is 2 Kings chapter 24, verse 2. And it reads, "And the Lord," that's Yahweh, "sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord Yahweh, which he spake by his servants, the prophets." So the Most High speaks. This is an example in the scriptures where the Most High tell you he speak by his servants, the prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Habakkuk, Obadiah, Ezekiel, Joel, and all the prophets that you read in the scriptures. They were coming to Israel and telling them about their wickedness, and how the Most High is going to send judgment upon Israel for committing iniquity. Iniquity being sin. Iniquity is sin. Okay, this is Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the Most High, who at sundry times, different times, and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. So the Most High speaks. His mouthpiece is the prophets. So going back to Proverbs, the Most High is saying, turn at my correction. Turn from your wickedness and come back to being right, being righteous. Correct what you're doing. It says, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you and make known my words unto you by his servants, the prophets. Because like I mentioned earlier, Amos 3:7 tells you that. Amos 3:7 tells you that the Most High Yahweh speaks, or he will do nothing, but he revealed his secret to his servants, the prophets. Okay, the Most High will do nothing. Okay, it says, because, this is verse 24, Proverbs 1:24, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Because nobody is really reverencing the men that go out on the highways and the byways and risk their life to teach this word. We don't have flocks of people coming up and listening and not just listening, but taking heed and going home and applying it, getting into this and straightening up their act. Okay? Because here in Babylon the Great, this place teaches you nothing, indoctrinates you on nothing but how to be wicked and how to go against the Most High, man. That's what Babylon the Great teaches. And no matter where you at in the earth, the Israelites, because we're scattered across the four corners of the world, the ways of these heathens are not teaching you the right way. And pretty much Esau's vibration have influenced the whole planet Earth, man. Okay? And when we come out and tell you, look, that's not the way. What you got in your mind is not the way. If you follow these scriptures and come back to the Most High, then he's going to have your back. And Jake can't understand why they remain in these conditions and catch hell. They don't understand this because they forsook the Lord. And they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to hear about getting right and correcting themselves. Okay, verse 25. But ye have set at naught or nothing. Okay, that naught means nothing. They have set at naught all my counsel, said, everything, all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's coming out about the scriptures, we don't care about it. That means nothing to us. And with none of my reproof. And Jake don't want none of the correction of the scriptures, which that correction comes from the Most High. He put it in the Holy Bible. Okay. The Most High put how to correct yourself when you go off in the scriptures. Okay? It's much counsel in the scriptures, and we bring out the counsel and the correction of the scriptures. How the scriptures tell you to correct yourself. The prophets do. Okay? And since all you people out there, especially you scoffers and scorners that intentionally buck up against the word, man, and speak against the men of the Lord, which really you speaking against the Most High. Since you don't want to take heed and set his counsel at naught, and don't want to be corrected, and refuse to hear his word, even though he stretch out his hand to you, because we come out there and do this work as a labor of love, man. It's a labor of love, man. Believe it or not, this is what's going to happen to you. Proverbs 1:26. I will laugh at your calamity. Let's look up calamity real quick. Okay, so that word calamity is ayad. Ayad. It says distress, burden, calamity, or burden of righteousness, calamity of nation, disaster of wickedness, day of calamity. Okay, so when distress, when burdens come upon you. Okay. Okay. Proverbs 1:26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Okay? And we feel like the Most High, man. So us being the men of the Lord, being the prophets, being the prophets, the men that you see out on the highways and the byways, teaching His word, we're justified when all this hell break loose and Jake is in a state of stress. We gonna laugh and we gonna mock, you know. We gonna laugh and we gonna mock because you scoffed at the word and took the Most High's word for a joke and thought that your way was the right way or was gonna get you somewhere. You know, when martial law hits these streets and these military is killing people left and right, and there's bodies stacked up in the streets, bodies ripped open, when there's a famine and kids cannot eat and parents so-called in distress, and we talking about amongst you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the Israelites. Okay, the focus is on you right now. When disease warfare, people are dying, and you're seeing people dying in large numbers from these particular diseases that Esau has cooked up and gonna release on the people. A good movie that goes into that. You watch that movie V for Vendetta. Shows you it goes into that, you know. How Esau released the biological weapon on the people. That, you know, because he's planning on doing it. And he's done it in the past. Esau released the biological weapon on the so-called Native American Indians. You know, he gave them smallpox. He released the biological weapon on you so-called Negroes. He in a Tuskegee project. Okay? Gave you syphilis. He released AIDS, which is a biological weapon, on you so-called people here in America. On you people, I said so-called, on you people here in America, man. And it affected you so-called Negroes the most. Okay, so when all this calamity comes, because it's coming, and we know this by prophecy, you know, we're justified. I want to laugh and clap and mock when I see all these people in disarray and in great fear, man. Reading on, this is Proverbs 1:27. It reads, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, right, when all them things come upon you, because of martial law, famine, biological warfare, race riots, okay, all these different plagues that the Most High is going to send. It's going to be a terrible thing when you ain't able to eat, man. You people here in America are conditioned to eat all throughout the day, man. Snacking and munching on junk. That shit is going to get put to rest, man. Because of your wickedness, man. You're going to go through a famine. Okay? When all that come upon them, verse 28, Proverbs 1:28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not hear them. The Most High ain't going to hear you. Because y'all going to continue in the wickedness up into all this chaos and destruction is coming to the streets of America and all over the world. Especially here in America, man. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. Y'all can continue in your wickedness, committing adultery, eating pork, talking shit against the men that's out on the highways and byways, risking their life to teach, taking it for nothing, not paying attention to what's going on, worshiping other gods, into these other philosophies and doctrines and beliefs. Okay? You're gonna call upon the Most High and His Son. And whatever names you know, and a lot of you might even use the name Yahweh and Yahawashi. He's not gonna hear you. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? Because we not gonna be out on the streets with this wisdom when all chaos is going on in the streets. When it's chaotic, when people are looking for food, when people are looking for medicine, when people are looking for covering from debt, they're looking to be hid and protected from death. Death is going to reign all through the streets, man. Death is going to run up and down the streets here in Babylon the Great, man. And all over the planet Earth. Y'all gonna go looking for the Most High and His Son, and you're not gonna find them. Can't wait till the last minute, do all your wickedness, and then at the very last minute, oh, please save me. Oh, please, Yahweh. Or God and Jesus. Okay? Now is the time to get your act together and get right. Okay, let me go ahead and read these last few verses and wrap it up. Proverbs 1:29, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh. Okay? Because Proverbs 1:7 tell you that wisdom, fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So you really don't have no knowledge. If you don't fear the Most High, then you a goddamn fool, man. And the way that you show that you fear Him is by doing what He tells you to do. And that's really going to be activated based upon faith, man. Because you have to have faith in order to follow this book. To believe in this book, it takes faith. Or your belief in this book is faith. That means if you believe in it, which is your faith, then you're going to do what the book tell you to do. Okay? This Bible is more than just a book, man. It carries much power, man. This is a powerful book because of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's contained in it. Okay, verse 30. They would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. So, okay, So all the things that you people were into, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites, all the things that you're into, the knowledge of Kemet, Islam, Christianity, you thought that way was gonna save you, and you had plans going about your life with your so-called plans. You thought that was the way. Then the Most High gonna leave you to that, okay? And see if that can deliver you, and see if what you had in your mind, the plans that you had of the way you was gonna conduct your life, see if that can save you. And it's not. The Most High gonna leave you to your own devices and to the fruit of your own ways, man. He gonna make you eat the fruit of your own ways. Okay? So Proverbs 1:32, it says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Okay? Well, yeah, when a simple person don't adhere to this truth, they gonna be slayed. Okay? And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Okay, seeing somebody that's foolish, all these entertainers and these so-called leaders in these different philosophies, prospering, you looking at that as something, admirable, is gonna destroy you, man, because these people gonna be destroyed. Verse 33, Proverbs 1:33. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. But whoso hearken unto me, see, whoso listen to the Most High, and the men that by way of following the men that he set up, because they're gonna teach you the understanding of these scriptures, so that you can go out in this world, and apply the wisdom of this book on how to make decisions, on what to do while you're living on this planet. Okay? Jake don't care about this, man. The majority of you people out there, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you don't have no care or concern with anything dealing with what's right according to these scriptures, man. It's boring to you. It's not profitable in your eyes to you. You don't see this as a way or information that's going to help your life, because you blinded by the prosperity of fools. You're blinded by simplicity. You're wallowing in simplicity, man. Okay? But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So the ones that get with the program of the Most High and get on the correct doctrine, and if you're of the elect, he's going to lead you to the truth of these scriptures and show you the way. And when things get chaotic out here in the streets of America and all over the world, the Most High is going to take care of you. Okay? The Most High is going to have it to where you dwell safely. Okay? With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the Akim across the four corners of the world that's pushing this truth and faith and sincerity, who are of the hopeful elect. Shalom.